John with Engines.com. We're here at SEMA 2019, and I just came across one of the baddest builds, or if not possibly the baddest build here at SEMA. This is Tinman, Luke Merrill, and this is his beautiful Chevy build behind us. Tell us a little bit about the build, Tinman.
Sure, so it's a 1940 Chevy Two-Door Sedan that I built for my mom. It's been in our family for almost 30 years as a project. Never really got anywhere with it, and then I just decided to build a kick-ass car for my mom, kind of spoil her a little bit, and spent the last 2 years full-time on it. So
that is one bad car for your mom. That's how many hours did you put into this?
It was over 5,000 hours on my time, and I have probably 300 or 400 hours of help from others, stitching up the interior, spraying the actual paint. But yeah, over 5,000 hours of my time, over 1,000 hours in sheet metal work alone on the body. Just crazy amount of modifications. Every panel has been reworked. Got a 2017 Mustang IRS in the back, 70 Nova front subframe, mild-built small block Chevy with Fitech fuel injection, chunky cam, 700 R4 with the monster pan, lockup, and Thor Converter, and I'm pretty happy with it. Turned out pretty sick. So
the detail, you can definitely tell the amount of hours and that attention to detail. I mean, I can see there is that many hours into this car. It's beautiful. So where are you at now as far as placement for SEMA, and what are we hoping for?
So right now I'm top 12 overall in the Battle of the Builders, and that started out as over 300 builders. And I'm also top 3 Young Gun, so it's really cool to be amongst the top 12 and also amongst the top 3 Young Guns. The Young Guns program is an awesome deal, and it's kind of been a long time goal of mine to go for that #1 spot, so I'm going for it this year.
That's awesome, and it's all there. I don't know how you were not going to get this, but we'll see what happens. So after let's say you hear about it and you get it, where does it go from here? It's going to get moved over tomorrow to a different area, the paddock area?
Yep, yeah, so tomorrow at SEMA Ignite is actually when they'll announce the top winners of each category. So tonight I get to move it out there and kind of get staged for tomorrow's activities. SEMA Ignited, which is open to the public, so anybody that's in the area can come to it, or there's people that travel just to come to SEMA Ignite. It's really awesome. It's like an after party. It's my favorite thing about SEMA. So it's really cool. You see all them cars out there, you hear them all run, and it's just kind of like a car show instead of a trade show. So it's awesome out there. So yeah.
Cool. So if you could, everybody, you ask this, and you can tell that the true hardcore builders that put everything into this one, they can't even think about what's next, but I'm going to ask you anyways. So what's next?
So man, I've been kind of neglecting everything in my life, so I'm gonna take probably a month or 2 off and get everything back into order around the house. It's Minnesota, it's winter right now, so all my stuff's sitting outside, nothing's stored. I don't have nothing winterized, so I just been forced to get this thing done for SEMA with that SEMA crunch. So I'm gonna catch up on stuff, and then I have a C10 build I gotta do, and of course, I got like 12 project cars of my own that I want to do, but it's just a matter of if I ever have the time. One-man crew doing the build, the marketing, everything I do, a one-man crew, it's tough. So.
And you had it, talk a little bit about 2017, because that's the last time you had a car here. Yep. So how did that turn out for you?
So I actually had cars here in 17 and 18, and I took top 10 Young Gun both those years, top 40 overall. So that was pretty cool. That was an inspiration for me to keep grinding on this. 2017 was my first time ever at SEMA, and to take home awards with my first time ever at SEMA. It was with the Rat Rod, so it was the first Rat Rod to ever win an award at SEMA. So I was super stoked about that. So that's been a huge motivation. And 2018, I came back again and won more awards. So it's just been huge motivational force for me. And it's the SEMA Young Guns program. It's great, dude.
That's awesome. And we were talking a little bit earlier. You said that one of the builders that's here is Young Guns. You kind of helped and influenced. And tell us a little about that relationship and how that came about.
Sure. So in 2017, I actually had my Rat Rod parked out in the back parking lot of a hotel, and we were getting it ready to bring it into the show. And I remember these 2 kids just were walking through the parking lot, and they just stopped dead in their tracks. And they saw my car there, and apparently they watched it on the internet and seen it, and they were just shocked to see it there. And they came and talked to me, or came and looked at the car. They didn't really talk to me much. They were pretty shy. So I was like, that's cool. These kids are super interested in rat rods. And then a year later, I kind of started talking to him. He came to SEMA 2018, and I talked to him more, and then he started building his Shaba truck. It's a Ford, and it turned out freaking bad. I'm really proud of him. So, awesome. it's been really cool to sort of influence him a little bit. And there's others, but that was one that's stuck with me. So that's really cool, and that's part of why I do what I do. YouTube and Instagram or in the magazines I write for, all the educational stuff is all for the younger guys. It's great older guys get into it, but the younger guys, it's hard nowadays with the internet. Everybody gets picked apart. It's really hard to stay motivated when you have that. So if I can help, or if anybody can help, that's the goal. So
well, that's what it's all about. You want to pass it on to the next generation and keep that passion going for the industry. And every year people always say, hey, how am I going to top last year? When they finish this, they're like, but somehow people are always doing it. So that's what it's about, and I can't imagine what it's going to look like in 3-5 years. Before we go, let's find out where people can find out about your builds and your Instagram and all that good stuff.
Sure. So Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere is /Tinman2Kustoms. So Customs with a K. You can Google it and it'll all pop up.
Thank you so much, man. It was awesome talking to you. This thing is beautiful, and we're looking forward to you getting number 1.